send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you, keep your light lit. Rappers can't see, most of them scared to witness. Go and close your eyes, that's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences, 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Going on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on this war been my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in this war been my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Sani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. That's why I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tech, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the score in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the score in my whole life. My whole life.
I.S.U.P.K. Oh, and West. Babylon is falling to rise no more again. Babylon is falling. Freedom is here, my friend, not just part of the nation. Yeah, our shy never come bring peace, him start of the vision. Now put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. But just the last statutes and commandments, we make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the nation. Daniel get a vision, him see the black Christ, it wasn't a white depiction. No allegiance to Rome nor its regions, come out them religion if you want be a free man. Cause the deacons them full of demons, same situation with Rasta with Islam. Holy beacon of hope for your lean on I.S.U.P.K and the General YAHANNA. Every fowl of the ear, every beast of the field, every creeping thing we creep on land, every mouth of the clear, loud and clear. Yahweh Shai Mashiach is a black man who have fear, let him hear. Time to prepare, spiritually separate from Babylon. We no weak, we no fear, we no tear. Bun Saddam, my bun Batman are just part of the nation. Yahweh Shai never come bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. I just the last statutes and commandments. We make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the mission. Send evils and curses on the whole city and the beasts and all churches. America fall, them deserve it. Rome get defeat, history repeat, I know the first is. Hey, 400 years them work with, then desert with, then turn round and call we worthless. But now the COVID lurking, them hurting, and then the doctors and nurses. Hey, one day to a building of return after the long journey. No care much money you a earn if you still want Babylon burn. One day to a building of return after the long journey. No care much money you a earn. Hey, I just start the mission. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in our riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. I just the last statutes and commandments. We make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the mission.
We follow doctrine of man. They taught us they hate a reflection.
This is the Jews of black.
I said my niggas is chosen. I only follow the king. I don't vote, but ensure my election. They say the Jews is black.
Yeah.
I say the natives is chosen.
Yeah.
I say Hispanics is chosen.
Right.
All of my niggas are chosen.
Right.
They say the Jews are black.
Yeah.
And I say the natives are chosen.
Yeah.
I say Hispanics are chosen.
Right.
All of my niggas is chosen.
Right.
Don't be hot and cold and don't just dip your toe in. All of them bars above your head. I know it feel like it's sewing. They say the Jews is black.
Yeah.
I say the natives is chosen.
Yeah.
I say Hispanics is chosen.
Right.
All of my niggas is chosen.
This is the Jews of black. I see the nigga just chosen. I see the Latinos are chosen. I see the native is chosen. I hear stirs been stolen. Time to come back together. Cause the Most High been calling. Israel in hell. Eat them in heaven and ballin'. Christ got his time installing. Giving us time to repent before we're stuck with the fallen. U.P.K not lukewarm. Playing poker we all in. Cross the line we brawling. Babylon and falling. Come on and burn my people. Do not partake in the sins. World War III just popped off. Yeah, I was shy for the win. Yeah, I was shy the king. Yeah, I was shy the man of the Lord. The angels on chariots, we go on the war. Chopping their head and number one whore.
They say the Jews is black. I say the natives is chosen. I say Hispanics is chosen. All of my niggas are chosen. They say the Jews are black. And I say the natives are chosen. I say Hispanics are chosen. All of my niggas is chosen. Don't be hot and cold and don't just dip your toe in. All of them bars above your head. I know it feel like it's sewing. They say the Jews is black. I say the natives are chosen. I say Hispanics are chosen. All of my niggas is chosen. If they're in the Catholic Church, somebody pray for the children. Turn up the bass and level the trouble. You know that we shaking the building. They wanna kill off our babies. Look how they fight for abortion. I'm trying to put in my brick. Oppressors are paid. I need my portion. She follow my lead. If I say jump, she touching the moon. I know that they scared. They hold their breath when we walk in the room. My big bro, he in the quantum physics. I just came home from a battle. Hopped to the quattro. My princess looking exquisite. If he cross the line, beat him up. You know he gon' get it. They said that we chosen, they chose us to fill up the cells. I'm an angry black man, how you gonna tell me you ain't living in hell? Where I grew up, they said nothing will come out to rob. We ain't see lawyers and doctors, only the killers and niggas who came out to rob. They said the Jews is black.
Yeah.
I said the natives is chosen.
Yeah.
I said Hispanics is chosen.
Right.
All of my niggas are chosen.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General YAHANNA is putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st, in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
All right. Clap it up. Hold up. Let me make sure my lighting is right. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yashai Barakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Latham Shem Yashai to all the sisters. Again, this is the Rise 1969 show. We go live every Sunday in the 5 o'clock, almost 6 o'clock hour. Right? We want to thank everybody here with us. Who do we got in the building today? Today we got Officer 1000 out of Montreal, Adiyar. Right? Give that brother a hand.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, Yahbashim Yashai Barakatham to all the brothers, Yahshamat Bashim Yashai to all the sisters.
Right? And hey, Shalom, Ak. We got Officer, the host with the most, Officer 500 Barak Ya'Allah. Right. Y'all know me, man. Officer 1000 Zabadja.
Hey,
Right.
Shalom, Lord in Christ.
What's going on with y'all? Hey, I'm about to go live on TikTok. Check for the invite.
I'm waiting for that. You know, what's going on is some spicy topic.
Yeah, we got a bunch of spicy topics we're going to talk about today. We got a killer cop.
Good night.
Right? Rick Shank. He killed black men questionably.
Salakia.
Right?
When do we not have killer cops?
Right. Hey, that's a good question. When do we not have killer cops? Right? But we got a killer cop in Toronto. Right? He questionably, they question his shootings. Right? And he has a background of violence against people of color. Right? And now he is the Salakia. What they say? What was his title? He's the damn near the top person of standards in Toronto police, right? So we're gonna get into those. I got a couple invites to send out on this TikTok. If you're watching on TikTok, like, this video. Tap the screen if you're watching on TikTok, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Smash the like button, share the stream. Who do I got with me? Barack. Let me send out another invite. Where's Adiyar? Officer Adiyar, you're gonna have to get on TikTok.
Hey. Yeah, come waiting for the invite, please.
Khan, I'm trying to see where you are. Hey, shout out to everybody watching us on TikTok. Tap the screen. We're going to be going in on some topics that's happening in Toronto, in Canada, pressing topics, right? A killer cop. We got Sierra and a killer cop. This is crazy. Hold up. I'm trying to see. It's not telling me that you're online for some reason. See if you can see the stream. If you can see the stream on your you should be able to jump in, and when you jump in, I'll be able to invite you up.
Come, no sweat, please.
All right, Brock. What do you want to go into the first? What do you want to cover first, Brock?
I mean, they always say ladies first, right? So unless you want to start with the
we'll save it for last. We'll save it for last. She's less important than this killer cop. She's just a topic to talk about, but she's not more important than a police officer that's killed us before, and now he's the head of standards in Toronto, and he's killed black men in Toronto. All right, so let me see. We can pull up that article. Hold up. Where's all the attachments in this damn email?
What are they?
Bro, can you email Salakia? Bro, can you email the? Okay, I got it right here.
You got it.
The Toronto. You got the Toronto. You got the CP 241.
They're all in the podcast chat on WhatsApp. If you want me, I could email it to you.
Okay, I'm gonna email it to me right now.
Okay.
Barack, you as I'm emailing it to me, you can start reading the CP 24 and going on.
I'm not pulling out the article I want as I'm streaming from both phones.
Okay, no sweat. I got you.
Actually, 1 second, I don't want. So, do you still hear me on the StreamYard?
Khan, I can hear you on StreamYard.
Okay, that's the web. So I got the article right here. It says, concerns raised about history of officer leading Toronto Police professional standards. I'm reading from CP 24. This article was published 5 days ago on February 21st. So I started reading the article. It says, some members of Toronto's black community are raising concerns after a police officer who was cleared after killing 2 black men and was accused of beating a third some 3 decades ago is now the head of the Toronto Police's Professional Standards Unit.
Good night. Isn't it Black History Month? And this is what you're giving us for Black History, right? This is what you're giving us for Black History. This is a uppercut, right? Black people, you gotta love it. This is Canada we're talking about, and they're giving you a uppercut. Who do I got? Quebec.
I would just call it a sucker punch out of one.
A sucker punch is. Listen, if this is a sucker punch, this is a punch that's intended to knock you out.
Right.
Right. Adiyar, you might want to hook up your Bluetooth so it's not going in the background. Right.
Yeah, come.
This is designed, right? So he killed 2 black men somewhere in the early 90s and mid 90s, and now he's going to be in charge of standards for a police force that's. If you grew in Toronto, listen. If you're watching from Toronto and it's live, just tap 1 if you've had a bad interaction with the police. If you're watching from, you know what, we'll switch it. If you're anywhere in Canada watching this live, put a 1 in the chat if you've had a bad interaction with police, right? I'm quite sure every brother, whether Hispanic, so-called Negro, so-called Native American, all those kind of brothers have had horrible interactions with the police, right? What say you, Montreal? What's going on in Montreal? How's your interactions with the police?
I mean, it's like one. If you're not a devil, it's not Toab, you know. I mean, they're always trying to do some reforms, whatever the case is. In my zone, they moved the police station to the neighborhood right next to us. You know, with some protests from the from the Caucasian people in the neighborhood, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, okay, let me put it like this. Let me go a little personal, right? Even as growing up, from the time I'm 11 and up, you understand, I
Right.
always never had a good interaction with police officers, and I did not have to, commit anything or go against the law, or not even jaywalking whatsoever,
So
right?
so you're saying you were even committing crimes and the inter were not good. They were la'atwa for no good.
Salakia, when police already pulled me over for playing music on the street. Yeah,
And they pulled you playing
Kanawakan.
music in the streets. That's what they're pulling you over for. That's crazy. Right. And I bet they don't go do that in the Yiddish community in Montreal. Right. That Yiddish community, I highly doubt they're in there pulling over anybody saying you can't play music. Right. But Adiyar, what's going on, Adiyar?
Well, you already know I'm in Montreal North. You understand the Zopound section, as we could say. You understand the blood gang section. You understand. So you have police roaming. You understand the neighborhood every 15 minutes, man. You understand. And I've been talking about it on I.S.U.P.K Quebec. So a little, I've seen like a little decrease. They're watching and everything. I see they decrease a little bit, but still, you understand that police visibility, you understand, is still there. How people are still getting harassed, you understand, in Montreal North, you understand. But the thing is, they're not going into the root of the problem of why our brothers and sisters got to be criminals, got to live this life, you understand, this life that we're trying to make them escape from, you understand. And of course, you understand, like this society did not have the solutions, you understand, except for the I.S.U.P.K, right? But this is exactly what's going on. You understand? Like police presence is really, you understand, something that we want to eradicate, because we've seen like young people, you understand, like suffering from you understand, suffering or being victim of, you understand, police brutality a lot over here. So you understand, we want to stand up against that as well.
It's Salakia, one, if I may. I just want to add that people think that because we're in Montreal, like police brutality is not, is something that doesn't really exist, or brutality where it comes to a certain extent where a life is lost. It's think that it doesn't exist in Montreal, but it's more common than you actually think.
Right.
You understand? Even a couple of years ago. So like, go ahead, another one.
No, you can continue.
Well, I'm just gonna say, even a couple of years ago, when you came and stayed by my place, you understand, when we walked by the south side, right next to the train tracks, we seen a poster of a brother that was unalived by the police officers, which the video of the unaliving is still circulating on YouTube. You understand? And it was only spoken about because it went viral on YouTube. You understand? The year after that, another brother, right, was unalived by the police next to the high school I was going to when I was younger, right? And Officer Adiyar came to check me that the next day, right? And they already had cleaned up the scene like nothing ever happened. You understand? When it comes to us, it's like they're always trying to hide evidence of any incident that happened with them that is involving the police force. You understand? But that is more common than you think.
Good.
Nice. Because we're in Montreal, it's I don't know how to say it. It's all peachy, and the police are not as bad. But one thing, a fact in Montreal, is that the police officers do not live in the city. They live outside the city, and they think that in Montreal it's like a movie. You understand? So they're gonna act like, let's treat them like they are, they are as let's treat them as if it's as wild as New York or something like that, or wild as Chicago. You understand? That's how the police really treats us.
Right. Now that's no doubt. That's no doubt. They assume that in Canada, it's a non-racist place. It's a place where prejudice doesn't exist. It's like some perfect utopia. When what we're going to read in this article doesn't describe a perfect utopia. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, on TikTok with us, tap the screen, smash that like button, and share. Right? You can also type your comments in, like however you feel. If you agree with us, if you don't agree with us, let us know. Right? You are in a safe place. Chat lives matter. All right, so Barack, you can keep reading this article.
Kawakan. If I keep reading, it said the appointment of the, I don't know what that acronym stands for, SUPT. I think it's for superintendent. I'm not sure. Double check.
Which paragraph are you in?
The second paragraph.
Oh yeah, that's superintendent.
All right. So the
Or
appointment.
that might be supervisor or superintendent. I'm not sure.
Well, the appointment of the superintendent, Rick Shank, was made in the midst of a stay-at-home order during the pandemic 2 years ago. The Professional Standards Unit is responsible for internal accountability and public confidence in the police. Salaka, if
Good
I may.
night. They said two words: internal accountability and
Right.
public confidence. The police have no idea what accountability is.
Salaka,
Right?
if I
I think
may.
we've seen that 1,000 times. Come.
So basically, he's responsible for providing the public information of any incidents, whether it's brutality or loss of life that involves the police. That's what they're saying.
This is listen, what you're about to see in the city of Toronto is a ramp up of violence, because I remember an era of police in Toronto that had the core unit, right? And that unit was, if you were Black, Hispanic, or Native American, and it was the late 90s to early 2000s, there was a unit by the name of core that harassed everybody, right? That beat everybody, that beat you up in a time of no body cameras and grainy footage. There wasn't even cell phone cameras, and you were getting beaten by these groups. So much so that CORE doesn't exist no more. They had to change their name. They changed their name to TITHES, Toronto Anti-Violence Intervention System. They were just a rebranded of CORE, right? And CORE and TAB would listen, they would harass young Black men in the city and beat them down, and rarely anything happened. Tavis is not around no more. Neither is Core, right? Officer Barack, you can keep reading.
Give me 1 second. So if I go down, but those goals may be much harder to reach when Shank's history is taken into consideration, which includes a photo obtained by CTV News that shows Shank as a young constable holding up his bloody knuckles after one incident in 1997.
Hold that right there. If you're watching on YouTube, you're seeing, or on Facebook, you're seeing this image, and good night. This looks like a man who got into a bar fight, right? He looks dumbfounded, right? If you're watching on TikTok with us, you can go onto YouTube real quick and see the video. We're on I.S.U.P.K Canada, No Cowards Canada on YouTube, and you'll be able to see the video. Or after this live stream, we'll put up a little video for TikTok.
And Salaki, other one.
Come on.
This is not a mugshot. Just to specify and to clear some things up. This is for those who are watching on YouTube. This is not a mugshot. This is a picture of him posing and boasting about the incident with his bloody knuckles.
No, this is not him boasting, right? So what happened is the incident happened, and he had to take pictures, right? This is like what happens after any assault where the police are involved, or even within the public. They'll come around and take pictures of your hand. Sort of like what happened when, well, I don't remember if this happened, right, when we were down at camp and that incident happened with the lady, right? But if you get into a situation where you're striking someone and you have injuries, they got to take these pictures, right? You can keep reading this article unless you got something to say, Adiyar.
No, yeah, I could go.
Okay, guys, let me keep reading into the article. The signal that you're sending to the general public and your own police officers is you can get away with whatever you want and you'll be rewarded, said author and activist Desmond Cole, who wrote about the appointment last week.
Doesn't that sound all too familiar? You can get away with whatever you want, and that's like something that you see. You've seen countless of brothers, especially in America, killed on camera, right, or killed unarmed or Salakia, we're on TikTok, unalived, how they say, right? And nothing happens. Like nothing ever happens. They go through a grand jury, and then this is why everyone was so happy when the devil or the officer who unalived the brother Salakia. Why is his name slipping my mind? George Floyd, right? Everyone was so happy, and they celebrated like it was a victory because the unaliver of George Floyd was sentenced, right? Because rarely do you see police officers take any accountability, take any action. They say there's good police in the units, in the divisions, in the precincts, right? However they call them, wherever you're from, right? But the good police never seem to stop the bad police from doing bad things to good people. Or even listen, they might have caught a drug dealer, right? This person was selling drugs, right? He needs to go do some time and repent for his crimes, right? But the police officer that's supposed to just be arresting him is taking his money, right? Or they can't find him with drugs, so they plant drugs on him, and the good police officer is never saying anything, right? I would be pressed if anybody could send us some links. Email isupkcanada@gmail.com with links and documents and stories of police officers turning on bad police officers.
And if I may, I can.
Right, you got it.
All right, so you understand, and also the police job is to protect and serve. You understand, like this is what they took an oath for. You understand, to protect and serve the community. But the thing is, like a lot of these, you understand, cops, you understand, they have mental issues. You understand, they have an unresolved issue with, you understand, a lot of them been bullied. You understand, in school. So you understand, a lot of time, you understand, unfortunately, they've been bullied by black people, or some black men took their girlfriend away at that time. So all that, you understand, anger reside in that cop, and you understand, and he's gonna take it away. You understand, on another poor brother. You understand. Well, a black man took my girlfriend. Well, you know what? You're gonna pay for what he has done to me. You understand, for the psychological, you understand, trauma that I dealt with, I was dealing with, you understand, because of losing my girlfriend, because of being, you understand, traumatized by black men, you understand. So a lot of them use that as a context or as an example to do what's wrong. Meanwhile, you understand, your job is to protect and serve, you understand, which means,
right,
like this society, you understand, just like we seen with the bus driver recently, you understand, in Laval, that killed those children. Those people that are working in the public, they're supposed to go into a screening process, you understand, where, you understand, like if they have psychological issues, if they could really work with the public, because the main job of the police is to protect and serve. You understand? Is to protect the citizen. You understand? Yes, it might be, you understand, somebody that's selling weed or selling, you understand, selling narcotic, but that doesn't mean you have to kill them, unalive that person. You understand? And a lot of, like I seen today, a video today of a brother, you understand, of a Levi brother in Montreal downtown, just leaving the club. He's walking, you understand, making his video. You understand? I don't know if it was for TikTok or YouTube or Facebook, just making a video. The police come up and like, hey, what you doing here? You understand?
Right.
And they push that brother around, and the brother got mad and be like, yo, I'm gonna sue ya, you understand? I'm gonna sue ya because, you understand, you're not supposed to push me around. You're not even supposed to touch me. And that's one thing that the police forgot, you understand, is that they're supposed to protect and serve. But we know well, you understand, that they're not protecting, you understand, the people that are being in slavery. They're not protecting the people that are being oppressed. You understand? That's not, you understand, their agenda. Meanwhile, they took an oath to protect and serve. So, go ahead.
If I may add one real quick, I don't think personally that they forgot to protect and serve. It's just they know who they have to protect and serve. Like they don't have to protect and serve. You understand? They protect and serve their own, really, or whoever wants to join. You understand, their empire to a certain extent. Because even though some of our brothers and sisters trying to join their empire, they're still reminded that you're not the ones we're here to protect and serve.
Right. Because That's so deep that you said that, because, or so heavy, because when you think about the history of the police, right, they would be the overseer, especially in the Western Hemisphere.
Right.
They came from the slave catchers, the overseers, right, and the slave catchers. And then when slavery was done, it was the people, or the Irish, right, the people who they hired, they were to protect the establishment, right, to protect businesses, right? And then they figured out, listen, we could lock blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans up and put them back into captivity, even though slavery is over, right? And that's what happens. Like, just look at, okay, go throughout your provinces, right, and look where they put the places that convicted people have to go to serve their time. It's in small rural areas, where outside of that facility where people are serving 2 years plus a day, there is not really an economy or any jobs for people that pay well, right? And once you figure that out, you'll understand why police officers, they everything is to, they're not here to prevent crime. They're not here to protect people. They're here to put people in jail. That's why you see more and more people going to jail. They have anger issues. That's why when you look at this man right here, he looks like someone who has deep anger issues. Salaki, if I'm being I'm just saying, like, listen, I can see a devil when I see one. I know a devil when I see one. Salaki, Barack, if we can continue reading this article. Again, if you're watching with us, tap the screen. Tap the screen. If you're watching and you have a comment about what we're talking about, whether you agree or disagree, put the comment in. Chat lives matter, and tap the screen. Right, Barack, you can keep reading.
So basically, in a statement, the Toronto Police Service, TPS, said the force found no misconduct in those incidents and Shank was not convicted, adding that focusing on those incidents in the 1990s misrepresents who he is both as a person and a police officer.
Salakia, I just got a question, right? Especially when it comes to the police, right? Police are like old dogs. They don't learn any new tricks, right? For years, we've been going through and saying, or we've just been saying that we've been brutalized from police, right? Those police are now detectives, or they're up in the ranks, or they're retired, and the younger police are brutalizing us. So what I'm basically asking is, if you can't judge this police officer off his past, what do we say about the younger officers? Because they're doing the same thing that, like, the officers that came in within the last 2-3 years, they're doing the same thing that the officers in the 90s are doing.
Right.
So is it him or is it the system? Which leads to a question I'm going to ask later, right? If any of y'all got anything else y'all want to add, y'all can feel free.
I just wanted to add this as well. Like, a lot of prisons are being privatized right now. You understand? They're being privatized, and these judges, these policemen, a lot of them, you understand, they have, like, you understand, like, they benefit from that, or they could, you understand, have, like, you understand, deal they make so they could get money off of that. You understand, like, what you call it, like, when you place your money somewhere. You understand? So a lot of investment, you understand? A lot of them are investing in these things, you understand? So that's why it's good screening of who could be a police officer, you understand, is necessary. Because imagine if I'm invested in jail, what am I going to do? Put more people in jail.
Right.
Understand? You understand? So even the judges, even the lawyers, you understand, that we have to, you understand, like, there should be a screening, you understand, you understand, thorough screening, you understand, in that, you understand, that cop or judge life. Because, you understand, if I'm invested in these jail, I'm gonna put people in jail regardless if, you understand, the person is innocent or guilty. I won't give it them because I'm investing in it.
Salakia Ariyar, I understand exactly what you're saying, but they already screen and go through these officers' lives. Right. So now the question is, who's doing the screening?
Right.
That would definitely be the question to ask. Who should be doing the screening? This cop, he's invested in violence, and now he's invested in the standard. his standard is violence, right? They're saying he's been an outstanding officer since he's killed 2 black men and beat another. We're gonna read it. Let's get into it, Brock.
Kawakad. Superintendent Shank has served as a police officer for over 30 years with an exemplary record and is recognized for his many contributions to policing.
Wait. He killed 2 black men. He unalived 2 black men in shootings in the 90s, 93 and 97. And we're looking at a picture of him with bloody knuckles. And they're saying they said that the shootings or the unalivings were questionable, and later they cleared him, right? But he's been exemplary and he set a standard for police. And
Right.
we've seen what has happened in our cities with police since the 90s. More evident now that there's body cameras. Right. It's good night. Listen, if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native American, man, you better hope that the Lord is on your side with what's going to happen next with these police officers, especially in a time where the whole earth is going into the third world's woe.
Damn right.
You might not understand what I'm talking about. Donald Trump just said World War III is on the horizon. He said we're going into it, right? If you ask us, we'll tell you this thing started almost 20 years ago, and y'all are just catching up now. But Barack, could you keep reading, Baba Kasha?
Kawakad. Over the course of his career, he has demonstrated the highest levels of professionalism, ethics, and leadership, and has a record of service to the community. We stand by Superintendent Shank and his service, the TPS said.
Good night. Read that part one more time.
Kawakad. Over the course of his career, he has demonstrated the highest levels of professionalism, ethics, and leadership, and has a record of service to the community. We stand by Superintendent Shank and his service, the TPS said.
Right now, Salakia. After reading that and after hearing that, what conclusion did y'all come to? I want to hear y'all conclusion before I give you mine.
Salakia, if I may.
Right.
They're when I say they stand by him, you understand, and his level of professionalism, ethics, and leadership, it's like it's okay to unalive us. You understand? I mean, there is nothing wrong with taking the life of a black man. That's what they're saying, as long as it's at the hands of a police officer, because when it comes to taking the life of a black man at the hands of a police officer,
Hispanic and Native American as well. This article is not about them at the moment, but we know that happens as well to both our Hispanic and Native Americans.
So basically, when it comes to taking the life of a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indian at the hands of a police officer, it is always justified.
Right.
And they're gonna back him up. They have brotherhood within the police department, that they will not convict their own people. You understand? For anything that is should be guilty of.
Right. What's the scripture would say? Every beast loveth his like.
Okay.
Right. But Adiyar, what was your opinion on what we just read?
You understand? And what I want to add in, like what Officer Barkella said, is exactly what I wanted to say as well. But you understand, like, and this shows also that we are no people. You understand, like in this land, we are a nation. You understand, that don't have, like, you understand, like leadership, that doesn't have protection as well. You understand, and them touching us, you understand, is exactly what make this empire runs. You understand. Canada, right. United States is built by, you understand, by oppressing us, by unaliving us. So you understand, so it's normal for them, you understand, to stick with one another. You understand, after, you understand, he's been doing this to us. And one thing I want to add is the fact that that's when he got cut. Right. How many other brothers, you understand, that caught unalive or beat up, you understand, without, you understand, us knowing?
That was Good night. That is a good question. How many of brothers have been unalived by this cop without us knowing?
Right.
Like what is in his file? Now I'm gonna call cap on that whole quote of this of what the TPS said. Right? They said that he has a record of service to the community. They said that over the course of his career, he has demonstrated the highest levels of professionalism. Good night. How does that make sense? Why would they question the shootings that he did or the unalivings that he did if his professionalism was at the highest standard?
Right.
And now when I'm reading this article, I notice that they haven't quoted anything that he's done to show that his professionalism is at the highest standard. Where is it? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing anything in this article that says Rick Shank has done anything with ethics. Right? So I'm gonna call cap. I'm gonna say y'all are lying. Right? The police, the TPS, Toronto Police Services, is nothing shorter than a gang. They have a code of not snitching as well. They call it the thin blue. Well, in America, they say blue line. I guess in Canada, because they got a red stripe, it would be the red line. Right? Salakia. Let's finish out this article. Again, if you're watching with us, tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. Share, share some more, right? We encourage all comments. It doesn't matter how you feel, right? If you say something out of pocket, we might just talk about it, right? But listen, this is a safe space, Salakia. Just don't be out of pocket with it. Like, you don't have to agree with us, though.
God.
But again, tap that screen. What's going on, y'all? I see y'all watching. Y'all got to let us know. This is interactive. All right, Barack, you can keep reading.
If I keep reading in the article, it says in 1993, Rick Shank shot and killed 20-year-old Ian Cawley. Shank claimed the 20-year-old had pointed a gun at him. He was cleared by the Special Investigations Unit, SIU, which found that Constable Shank instinctively used deadly force to justifiably protect himself.
Good night. So they're saying, listen, they're saying that the brother he shot pointed a gun at him, right? They're saying that he was cleared, that he was used justifiable force to protect himself. Now, Khan,
it's all a claim. It's not saying that it has been proven.
Right.
It's just a claim.
Right. Listen, pointing a gun at someone is. If he didn't shoot it, he didn't shoot it. What are we talking about here? Right? I seen them. There was a clip of the man, the heathen who drove the van down Yonge Street in Toronto, right? And as he got out, he kept pulling behind his back like he had a gun, and then he would raise his hand up. He didn't have a gun in his hand, but they never shot him, right?
Right.
The man never. They're not saying a shot was fired. They're saying he pointed a gun. That doesn't sound believable, especially for black men in the city of Toronto. That doesn't sound like something that happens. Now, let's go back to what he did. 20-year-old pointed a gun at him. The 20-year-old just pointed a gun at him. We got to get more into that story, because it's not saying the 20-year-old was wanted on a Canada-wide warrant for murder, right? That, like, if you think with a criminal mind, that's why someone would point a gun at someone, or they have a large quantity of something that's going to give them a life sentence. And it's not saying that at all in this article. So why did you kill that man? Right. That would be a question to ask. Why did you kill that man? Because he pointed a gun at you? Like, did he point the gun at you? Is there any? And listen, this is a time of police brutality and no body cams. They're killing us with body cams and getting away with it. and saying we pointed guns, or
Right.
saying they thought we had guns and there's no guns.
Right. So it's like, imagine at the time when there's no body cameras now. They
Right,
can say anything. You understand? Like they're everything they say is valid. You
right.
understand?
Well,
But
Barack, we got Salaki. You continue?
it's a lot. I mean, I guess a little more spicy when we keep going in the article.
Yeah, we got to keep going in this article because listen, that was the first one. He pointed a gun at the person. That was only the first one. They're saying the person that the brother that was unalived by Rick Shank pointed a gun at him and he unalived him, and they said it was justified because he was trying to protect himself. Let's find out what happened with the next one.
Wait, before we get on with the next one, I just want to add this as per the article, right? It says questions were raised at the coroner's inquest about Shank working alongside what was then known as the Black Organized Crime Squad.
Wait, Barack, you gotta read this again. There was a black organized crime squad. Good night. I don't think I've even heard of the Asian organized crime squad, and there is an Asian gang in Toronto. Good night.
Salakia, why you mentioned Asian, you understand? I just want to add this. Meanwhile, we know that Yakuza, you understand? Them Yakuza are in Canada. You understand?
In Toronto, they have Asian assassins.
Right. You understand? We know this. You understand? They know this. You understand? What's that organization? You understand? Like the FBI over here, CISIS. You understand? CISIS, I believe. You understand? They know this. You understand? Your intelligence community know exactly. You understand that the Yakuza is over here. They know. You understand that the Irish mob is over here. You understand? The cartel is. You understand, a lot of them are not really our people. You understand, or other people, you understand, above that. You understand, our Edomites. You understand, they know exactly, you understand, the Italian mafia, you understand, over here. But then, one thing we could look at, they are not being unalive like we are being unalive. They're not looked at as criminal like they look at us as criminal. You understand why? Because they wear suit and tie. It's a lot.
Listen, what Barack just read, Salakia Barack, I'll let you go 1 second. What Barack just read, he said that at these questions made them ask for a coroner's inquest. It's not a coroner's inquest is not the same as like the police investigating each other, right? This is the coroner and the coroner's lawyers and the coroner's detectives investigating a murder scene because they're the best ones to investigate murders. A coroner could go in and see a blood drop, right? Like that show Dexter, and tell exactly how the knife came down slashing. And they heard that and they said, listen, we need the coroner's inquest on this. Brock, what you got?
No, I was gonna say, just to add on what Officer Adiyar was saying, basically, just like you said, there is a black organized crime squad, but there's no Asian organized crime squad. When we know the Yakuzas are there, Chinatown, we know the Chinese triads are here. You understand? There is no so-called white organized crime squad for the Italian mafia, the Sicilian, the Greeks, you understand, the Portuguese, the Hells Angels, you understand? I mean, there is no other crime squad but for blacks, you understand? There is no crime squads for the Yiddish people, you understand?
What you're saying.
Mob, you understand?
What you're saying, bro.
We have Captain Ash in the chat on TikTok. Shalom, Madawan, Lord in Christ. For tuning in. Taino Warpath. It's Captain Ash.
Hey, Shalom, Lord in Christ. Shalom, Lord in Christ.
Lord in Christ.
But basically, to get back on what I was saying, there is a black organized crime squad. You understand? But there is no white organized crime squad for the Caucasian criminal organizations, such as the Yiddish people, the mafia, the bikers. You understand? The Asians, you understand? There is no other organized crime squad working for blacks, which includes black, Hispanics, and natives. You understand? The crackdown is always on us. You understand? Right. And just like outside here was saying, it's like, just because they wear a suit and tie, that really doesn't matter because so-called black, Hispanic, and native criminals could wear a suit and tie, but it's still gonna get the crackdown on them. And the police force is going to focus on them regardless on how they're dressed, how they present themselves, you understand, whatsoever.
If I could add, Barack, listen, for all the nationalities that you just spoke about, right? that have organized crime. They don't call their nationality and
Right.
say this is the organized crime unit behind their nationality. What
Right.
they say is this is just the organized crime unit, right?
Damn right.
Now, if I'm recalling, there's been a mob war that's been going on between Montreal and Hamilton since around the 90s,
Damn right.
right? And I didn't hear about the Italian organized crime unit, but you're saying there is a black organized crime squad. That is horrible. Now, I can only imagine all the injustices that happened, right, during this era of the black organized crime unit or squad, right? Barack, can you keep reading?
Kawakan. I'm just gonna skip one article. If I read from this one, it says among the coroner's jury recommendation were to disband the squad and to stop using the phrase non-white in police communications.
Wait, where's that?
Is the article not the one under, but the one right after it?
I need you to read the paragraph that was in. It seems right after the organized crime, right?
Kawakan.
Because it's going to give you more context to what this squad was about, right? Because
Right.
it seems like okay, there's crime in all nationalities in all areas, right? A naked eye, you would be reading this and be like, okay, they were trying to clean up the community and do good things, but that's not what we're about to read. That's absolutely not the truth, right? And again, if you're from Toronto, listen, if you're watching this stream and you had a bad interaction with police, put a one in the chat, right? Also, tap the screen. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, hit the like button, hit the share button, share this, let us know what's going on. Right? Barack, can you read that paragraph for us?
Kawakan. It seems this unit gives extra policing of people in the black community over and above all the normal policing. Colley's family's lawyer, Peter Rosenthal, told CTV News at the time.
Wait. What did you say, Barack? Did you say this unit was over policing the black community?
Karawakan, basically the focus is on the black community instead of the pizza makers or the Yiddish.
So I'll explain exactly what that sounds like. That sounds like okay. Police officers always have the ability to whether to charge you or not, especially in a time of no cameras. Like now on camera, if they find you with some drugs, they're most likely going to arrest you if they haven't made you a confidential informant, right? Because it's on camera, right? And they can't take the drugs. But then there was a time when police officers would take everything that you had, and a lot of times people would turn into confidential informants, or if you're in a Caucasian neighborhood, the police would let you go.
Right.
They wouldn't really charge you, right? So they're saying that the police are over policing, right? Read that one more time.
Karawakan. It seems that this unit gives extra policing of people in the black community over and above all the normal.
Hold that right there. They're over policing people in the black community. So what that sounds like, for a charge I can just give you a ticket for it, I'm going to send you to jail. For a charge that you shouldn't even get ticketed for, I'm going to give you a ticket so you appear before the courts. That's exactly what over policing is.
Right.
You're walking to your job in a McDonald's uniform. I'm pulling you over and asking, now I'm gonna find this for you because it's on YouTube, where the police walk up to a man and say, where are the guns and drugs? And this man has no guns and drugs on him, nor is he a criminal.
So like if I may add, and this is what I was saying earlier, you understand, just like in Montreal North, you understand, Montreal North, like you understand, like right now on my street, it decreased a little bit, you understand, but once I started living over here, every 15 minutes there was a cop, you understand, passing by, roaming the neighborhood. Meanwhile, they don't do that in the Jewish community. They don't even do that in Chinatown, knowing the Yakuza is there. They don't do that in the Irish community. They don't do that, you understand, in the Italian, you understand, community. They don't do that in the Arabs community. Yet in Montreal North, you understand, while those people are destroyed, You understand? While those people, you understand, trying to survive, you understand, suffering, you understand, from all the trauma of and oppression, you understand, they're already going under. Every 15 minutes, you understand, they have police. I remember, like, you understand, a little story, you understand. I remember the first time I walk around with my garment, you understand, in Montreal North. I was walking around with my garment, and I went to the next to a school. I seen a bunch of, you understand, police car, you understand, parked in the inside of, you understand, the school territory. They had a basketball court and everything. I walk down, you understand, and I trying to see what's going on. I see a bunch of black kids, you understand, 15 years old, man. 15 years old, 14 years old, man, getting questioned by the police.
Good night.
I stepped in and I'm like, you understand? Like, no, what's going on? What's going on? You understand? And not Salak. At that time, I just stood there and I was listening to what was going on. I was videotaping as well. And then after that, they let the kids go. I said, they let the kids go. They came to me like, who are you? I'm like, I'm Officer Adiyar, 1000 Adiyar with the I.S.U.P.K. I'm trying to make sure you don't kill none of you don't unalive none of these kids over here. You understand? Right. And from that, you understand? And after that, you understand, they checked out, you understand, who I was. You understand? They just left. They let the kid go and they just left. And after that, those kids, you understand, still today, remember, hey, you the guy, you understand, that dressed like Batman. You know what I mean? Well, you understand? Because we need to do these things, man. Why? Because without us stepping up, without us, you understand, showing real love to our people, you understand, they're going to unalive us, you understand, even though we're 12 years old, even though we're 13 years old. What you're saying? 10 years old, just for... Go ahead, Priest.
No, my bad. I was just going to say what you're saying is absolutely right.
Okay. You understand? Like they're going to unalive us, you understand, even though we're 10 years old, just for playing basketball. Why? Because they're over policing the neighborhood. You black skin. Well, you know what? You part of this 12 tribe. You understand? You are a victim. You understand? You already done something wrong by having, you understand, that title on you. And one thing I want to add before you understand, before I give it to pass it to y'all brothers. You understand? Why the Africans are not suffering the same trauma in Canada as us?
Right.
Since we all black skin, right? Since we're all black skin, you understand? For people in the chat, you understand? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself, for people that are watching, why the Africans in Canada, you understand, are not suffering from the same trauma, you understand, from the same, you understand, oppression by the police that we are suffering under. Why not? Aren't they black? I thought we all black though. You understand?
Right.
Come to find out, they come to a specific, particular people. They come to a people, you understand, that they know who they are. They are not African.
Right.
But you understand, if you know the history, if you know real history, if you know who these people are, you'll find out they are the real Jews. They are, you understand, the so-called 12 tribe of Israel, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. That happens to the Native Indian. That happens to the Hispanics, so-called Hispanics. That do not happen to the Africans as much, you understand? It happens to us.
Right. And if I may, before I let Barak, that part that you were going to read a second ago, you could pull that back up. Then we'll get back into the incidents that happened, the second and the third incident that happened with Rick Shank, who is now let's see, what did it say he was? He is the Toronto Police Professional, the head of the Toronto Police Professional Standards Unit. Right, we're gonna read into what he's done, right? But Adiyar, what you're saying is so heavy because if we don't look out for us, no one is going to. You have this man who is known for terrorizing brothers and sisters, and now he's going to teach Toronto police how to terrorize us some more. Straight like that, right? What you said made me remember something. Now, there was a wing spot. Remember one time we had class, we had that Airbnb, right? It was a little basement spot, and we got the wings, and Barak brought the Barakiala sauce. Listen, wait until that Barakiala sauce comes out. Good. Right? Y'all don't know what. If you want to cure sickness in your body, sweat it out, right? Get that Barak sauce. It's spicy. It's salakia. But listen, there was a spot where we got wings. I go there and get wings. They got like $10 wings. You get like, I'm not advertising for them, Salakia. Listen, the wing spot is too obvious, right? Right. I went there. I placed my order. You got to place your order before you get there and then drive there and pick it up, right? So I did that. I'm going to pick up my order. I get there. There's undercover police officers surrounding our brothers and sisters. They're very young. They look like they're no more than anywhere from 11 to 14, right? They have one young man hemmed up in the back of a cruiser and two undercovers talking to them. They have two sisters, very young, and another brother just on the wall, basically standing, and it's cold, right? So before I go in to get my order, I'm watching just to see what's going on, right? I noticed that this young girl, she keeps looking at me, right? So I'm looking at her. I make direct eye contact. Her eye contact said, "I am terrified." I asked the police officer, "What's going on right now?" They said, "Well, this young man, he's been arrested for robbery." Okay, so what about these young people? Well, they're not arrested. They're not suspects. They were just with him. They're his family, but we don't have nothing on them. So are you not going to let them sit down on the bench that's across from them? Right? And okay, you got to back up. Now, once I said that, it's like the whole crowd started asking the same question now because they recognized that the children were scared. Now the crowd's asking, where's their parents? Did you call their parents? The whole time the police did not call these young people's parents. Right. So again, if we don't stand up for us, no one's going to. It's very questionable why they put a person who's unalived men of color and beat them up, right? As the professional standards. They said his work ethic is amazing, but they haven't shown us anything to justify that, right? So Barack, if you could read the part that you were reading before that you wanted to bring out, and then we're going to get into we read the 93 attack, so we're going to read the 97, and I guess let's see, 1 second. There's a part in the article where it talks about where Rick Shank assaulted someone.
Oh, Kawakan is the next paragraph to the one I'm going to read.
Khan.
So if I keep reading, among the coroner's jury recommendations were disband the squad. Among the coroner's jury recommendations were to disband the squad and to stop using the phrase non-white in police communications.
Salakia, listen, it's gonna be a long episode because we gotta just keep pausing. I don't even know if we're gonna get to the other stories. We gotta keep pausing. There was a time when the police would go to look for a suspect and they would say non-white. Like, good night. Listen, he's not white, meaning get him, beat him down. Salakia.
Basically, Adawan, they're talking in codes, so not instead of saying black or the N-word, and say, hey, check this non-white suspect.
So you're right. You're right. Y'all ever heard of that joke where they say if you want the police to come to your residence really, really fast, you call and say you're white?
Many times.
Listen, good night. Yeah. That's horrible. So we gotta call and say we're white, and they call and say he's not white. Good night. That's to let you know what policing is like in Canada.
God, and so like if I may,
right?
Understand, like the Arabs, they're supposed to be at war with the Arabs, right? But when they could say non-white, they're not talking about Arabs.
Right.
Understand? We don't see Arabs, you understand, going through these things, you understand, being beat up by the police and so on. We don't see these things. Why? Like why nobody asks why? You understand? Why no judges, no lawyer, you understand, no news reporter asking why those other people are not suffering the same deal? You understand? Why is always a specific group of people that's suffering these things? And one thing, like, you understand, this is why the I.S.U.P.K is necessary, because we explain to you, you understand, why those things are happening. You understand? Meanwhile, your Christian preacher are not gonna say anything. If I may, I wanted to bring 2 verses out, if I may.
Salakia, Adia, I'm right there with you. I just wonder if we're gonna bring out the same thing, because I want to answer your question, why this is not happening. But Adia, you got it.
Go ahead. I wanted to bring Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49, right?
I got it for you. You want 49?
49 and 50.
Con, I got it for you. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
The Lord shall bring you to a nation, you understand, a nation against it from far. You understand? We come from the Middle East. We come from Israel. We over here in America, you understand? The Lord shall bring a nation to against thee from far. This nation is against us. And this is why you see, you understand, it's only about so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian that have to endure and go through these things. Why? Because we left the Mosiah, you understand, Lord, and instead we wanted to be like everyone else. We wanted to follow Christmas. You understand? This in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 to 68 are proof that we are Israelite, because we are the only one that are suffering those curses as a people. Keep on going.
Come from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation
as
whose
the
tongue
eagle
thou
flieth.
shalt not stand.
You understand? As swift as the eagle fly. This is proof, you understand, who is exactly, you understand, oppressing those type of people. You understand? Who is it? Which nation is oppressing, you understand, those type of people? What is the emblem for America? The eagle. You understand? The
Right.
bald, you understand? Bald-headed eagle, like they say, you understand? The white eagle, whatever, you understand? But this is, you understand, the sign of this nation, you understand? And they come swift on these people, you understand? You see our ego, you understand, trying to capture its prey, you understand? Go swift on the prey. And this is why they focus so much on us. You understand? Why? Because we are the chosen people of God. A nation with strong thou shalt not understand. We don't understand the so-called oppressor when we came off the slave ship. You understand?
Right.
We had to learn the English. We had to learn the French. We had to learn the Spanish. And for what? For losing exactly our own language, which was Hebrew.
Right.
Right. A nation, verse 50, a nation of fierce continents.
A nation with a fierce continents, you understand? Which means what? The way that nation deals, they don't have no sympathy. What you're reading, you understand? What Austin Barrichello is reading, it shows that they don't have no sympathy. You understand? Meanwhile, that cup is murdering, you understand, so-called, is unaliving, you understand, so-called Black people, you understand? Yet, he's, you understand, the best one to be, you understand, to use for the work. He's the best one to teach the other one how does it, you understand, how does the work go.
Right.
You understand? They don't have no sympathy, you understand, for the crime that they have been doing and they did to so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. And you could look this up, man. You could ask them, how do you feel about, you understand, the so-called Native being on reservation and you are on their land? Ask them. Ask your so-called, you understand, white friend. Ask your so-called white neighbor, you understand, how do you feel, you understand, for the murdering, you understand, or the unaliving, you understand, of hundreds of millions of people for you to be here, you understand, and have a good life? They'll tell you, well, you know what? I don't feel no type of way. Why? Because I didn't do it. My forefathers did it. I didn't do it. Meanwhile, you understand, they take advantage of that. And they don't give it damn about, you understand, those people, you understand, that being oppressed. Let's go.
Which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young.
Just like we've been saying, you understand, I seen like kids like that was like 14 years old being, you understand, harassed by the police. We see men, you understand, what's that brother name, you understand, that was wearing a green shirt that they tased in the back, you understand, the States, the old man there.
Salakia.
I forgot his name.
Not Fernando Castillo. Salakia, I'm gonna find it. 1 second.
Come on. That brother, you understand, was an old man. Come on, no sweat, please. That brother was an old man that was trying to get away from the oppressor, you understand? And you dare to ask us why we want to run away? Why we, you understand, so you understand, so dramatic, you understand, when we get, you understand, in a altercation with the police, or you understand, they come with in front of us, because we know that we might lose our life. We know that, you understand, that might be the last day we breathe on earth. So of course, you understand, by judging, you understand, like, you understand, survival technique will make you do what? They know this. Survival technique will make you want to save your life, either fight or flight.
Damn right.
But if
The
you
brother's
fight,
name was
or if you
Walter Scott.
come on, Walter, you understand? Walter Scott to water, priest. You understand? That
That's
old
right.
man, you understand, didn't deserve to die, didn't
Right.
deserve to be tased. He was trying to, you understand, save his life by flighting, you understand, by running away. Then notice, you understand, this is a survival technique, man. The police do the same thing. Retreat, retreat, retreat. They do the same thing. But
Right.
why us we gotta die, you understand, because we're trying to retreat and save our life? Why us, you understand, we gotta go through these things? Well, it's right there because you are the children of God, man. You are the 12 tribe of Israel, man. And you understand, this nation, you understand, that's above you, have no type of sympathy or type of humanity, man. So like I appreciate.
Nah, what you're saying is definitely heavy. That is definitely true as to why this happens to us, because no one has compassion, especially the heathens that are above us, right? Like I was asked a question the other day. Sometimes brothers and sisters, they hear us and it seems like we're harping on Edomites way more than we do the other nations, right? It's just that
Right.
Edomites are the chief of these nations, right? The other nations wouldn't really have a problem with us if it wasn't for Edom, because
Right.
Edom is in power. The other nations do what Edom wants. And I'm gonna actually answer Adiar's question with a scripture, right? Barak, if you could, or Adiar, can you get me on Psalms 83? Babakasha. This is Psalms 83. Babakasha.
My favorite.
Yeah, you know where I'm going. 'Cause listen, you can start at one. You could just start at one,
Come on, please. Come on,
right?
please.
We'll,
Psalm
we'll
83.
read. We'll read 5 verses real quick for you. Babakasha.
Come on, please. Come on. Psalm 83, chapter 1. That's just like that. Chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep reading.
Hold not thy peace,
Keep reading.
and be not still, O God.
This is a prayer to the Lord asking for justice. This is black people, Hispanics, and Native Americans praying for justice. The same thing we always do. You go to a Native American, they ask the Great Spirit, right? Listen, it's kind of up and down. We pray to the Most High. It's Salakia. We ask for help from our power. That's what I'm trying to tell you in a nutshell. We've been asking for help. Keep reading.
Come on, priest. Verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult,
Keep
and
reading.
they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
The enemies they're coming together and they're getting big-headed, just like all these nations. Listen, you'll get the Salakia, the shortest Edomite, walk up to the biggest brother because he thinks he has power and talk smack to that brother. Like, this man's not gonna roof you. The brother's about to throw you on the roof in 2.5 seconds. But you have, because the Edomites are big-headed, you have the smallest Edomite thinking he can talk to any brother. You have the tiniest of the Moabites who thinks he's doing the crouching tiger, trying to get at a brother, and a brother, even the brother that doesn't know how to fight, is going to destroy him. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
That is why. This is answering Adiar's question right here as to why it's only us that's being destroyed in the streets of our cities, why we're being harassed, why we're being unalived, right? Because these nations, they've decided to come together with crafty counsel, drugs in our community, the abortion clinic, right? The horrible things that they sell to brothers and sisters. Those loose cigarettes on the corner store, that's crafty counsel. Salakia. Keep reading.
And consulted against thy heathen ones.
Keep reading.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation. This is what they are trying to do. Stop blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans from recognizing we are one family. They separate us. They tell us we're different, even though we have the same oppressor. We got the same oppression and the same face of oppression. We speak a language that's not our language. We don't remember our history. Our history is so whitewashed, right? They feed us poison and Salakia, unalive our children. No matter from Mexico, from Argentina to the top of Canada, this is what's happening to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as well as all over the world. Keep reading.
Come on, priest. Two. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, and that's basically to answer, right? The next verse basically tells you that they've consulted and they are confederate against the Most High and his children, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? And this is why you're not going to see a Arab get beat up in the streets as you would see a so-called brother get beat up in the streets, right?
Right.
Barak, are you still with us?
Khan.
If you could, can you take us to the part of the article where it talks about Rick Shank beating the other brother?
Khan. 1 second. So basically, if I keep reading, Shank and others were accused in a lawsuit of beating a young black man in December of that year. A video obtained by CTV News shows 29-year-old Paul Reese being hauled unconscious from a police vehicle. His head hits the side of the police car. Once in the station, he's told by an officer, "You're under arrest. You're under arrest for assault with intent to resist arrest." Reese replies, "I never assaulted nobody."
Right. Listen, that's to show you what's happening. They sent a unconscious brother into a cell and woke him up and said, "You're being charged with assault." He's saying, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Right.
Adiyar, you had something?
Salakia, that part said the intent of resisting.
You got that. The intent. How do you intend to resist?
Right.
So basically, it wasn't resisting, but they thought, you understand? They read it. Somehow they must read his mind. Like you about to resist.
Right.
You understand? So that's what intent. You understand? So that means something that you're about to do. It's not something that you did. You have an intent to do something, an intention to do something. That means something that you're about to do or you're thinking of doing. So they read his mind.
Like, okay, so the question is, right? Now I'd have a question for anybody on TikTok or Facebook, right? Y'all can reply later or reply in the chat right now. How do you intend to do something? Adiyar said it's in your mind. So if it's in my mind, that means my body didn't do it yet. So how did they know he intended to do it?
Right. You understand? That's the question. And where are the lawyers, you understand, that's standing up for black people, man? This is an easy case, you understand, that could be won. You understand? That's an easy case. The intent of, you understand, doing this, that means he didn't do it yet. How did you know that he was about to do it? Because he's black?
Right.
You understand? Like this, it's a nonsense. And hold on, priest. I just want to finish this, right? If you don't mind, priest.
No,
like,
you got it.
They play us for joke. To what, a priest? They play us for joke in Canada, right? Why? Because they think that we are not smart. They think that black people are not smart. You understand? The black leaders are not smart. We could say anything on this, you understand, report. They're not gonna catch on. But one thing that you need to know is that us in the UPK, we are, you understand, not biblical smart only. We understand what you're saying. You
Damn right.
We understand the language of this empire, man. You understand? We've been trained by Commander General YAHANNA, you understand, to understand what's going on.
Right.
You understand? It's crazy, you understand? The intent of doing something means you didn't do it yet. So how can you blame me? You can hear me now?
Okay, now I hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you now.
You understand? So you understand? How can you blame me? You understand, for something I'm about to do or I'm thinking of doing? How do you even know that I'm thinking about doing that?
Right.
How do you even know that's my intent? Oh, he must be black. I know he's gonna fight. I know he's gonna resist. So we understand. We're gonna restrain him before we resist. He resists.
They're going to knock him out before he resists.
Come on. Right. So a lawyer is not gonna use that and win the case. You're gonna tell me that's gonna go in front of a judge and judge is just gonna allow it? Well, you know what? Why they do this in Canada? Because nobody's speaking for them. Nobody's standing up for
Right.
them. Your politician is not standing up for them. Your Christian preacher is definitely not standing up for them. And this is why they could put it, you understand, in the news article. And just like you understand, they're dumb anyway. So we're gonna say exactly what it is, put it in, you understand, in the open, and nobody's gonna say anything. That's why they do this, man. You understand? Like the question is, how can you understand you know the intention of somebody? My intention is that understand something that's in my brain. How do you know my intention, Mr. Policeman? How do you know that I'm, you understand, gonna go against you or trying to save my life? For you exactly, you understand, to put me in a coma. You understand? Like I can, like this, we living in hell. You understand? You don't have to go down, you understand, underneath the earth to go to be in hell. You understand? You don't have to
Blah.
put yourself underneath the earth to be in hell. We are living in hell. You understand? So like
Now, what you're saying is definitely heavy. We definitely are living in hell, right? It's a horrible thing. This brother was knocked out. What Barack's gonna read in the next paragraph is going to let you know that the person that they set over Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in Toronto is going to cause more violence to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in the city of Toronto. Barack, can you read the next paragraph, Bubba Kashaw?
It reads, Reese claimed Shank and others had beaten him at a cemetery on the way to the police station after an arrest in a traffic stop that turned into a melee in his family's home.
One second. They beat him where?
Reese claimed Shank and others had beaten him at a cemetery.
If these oppressors ain't over us, ain't monsters, I don't know what else is going to tell you that they're monsters. They took this brother to a cemetery to beat him. This man has already unalived another brother, and they took him to a cemetery to beat him. What do cemeteries don't have, Barack?
Like people who are alive.
Cameras, Barack. They don't have cameras, Barack.
God.
In the nighttime, it's pitch black. It's zombies and goblins, Barack, in the cemetery. Like, what? Good night. They're ghouls. They are monsters. They are Dr. Franklin Chine's creation, Salakia. Like the Toronto police is a force full of Freddy Kruegers, Jasons, and Michael Myers. Right? Every supervillain you can think of, every evil person you could think of is in that Toronto Police Department, as well as the Montreal Police Department, and any police department that's over Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Damn devils.
Right? Now, listen, we're going to jump down because I want to get to these next stories. Like, we can go on for about 3 hours. We spent an hour and a half down there talking about this police officer.
God.
It's such a horrible thing that's happening in Toronto, right? Slovakia. I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna read this one part, and then Barack, you can jump down to N97, so we can read the second unaliving that Rick Shank did, right? Reese sued for $7 million, and the lawsuit settled out of court, according to reports at the time. Why do you settle lawsuits out of court?
If I may.
Okay.
They're not trying to make it public or make it known what happened during the incident. If Shank in that case or any other police officer involved was ever guilty of or wrong in any actions they took, right? They're just not trying to make it public to tarnish their image or the image of the police department.
You are definitely right? Another reason for a settlement out of court is because the person settling is guilty, and they know if this goes before a jury or a judge or anybody with common sense, they're going to lose more than they're going to lose the whole $7 million, because that's what he's suing for, right? They're going to lose the $7 million, So they said, we'll just settle for an undisclosed amount, right? This brother,
Right.
he got paid, right? Who knows what the amount was, but he got paid. The police said, we're guilty. We're just going to give you the money because I'm not giving you any money if I'm not guilty. Like, what's the point? Right. Now, Barack, if you could read let's find out what happened to this. This would be, I guess, the third victim of the head of what they call him again? Salakia. The head of Toronto's professional standard unit, Rick Shank.
Okay.
Let's see what else he did.
In 1997, Shank shot Hugh Dawson 9 times as he sat in his driver's seat, unarmed, in a drug bust.
1 second. Barack, I need that one more time.
Kawakan. In 1997, Shank shot Hugh Dawson 9 times as he sat in his driver's seat, unarmed, in a drug bust.
And then Shank went to jail, right, Barack? That's what it says next. Shank was charged with murder because the brother had no gun. He didn't point it. He didn't attempt to flee, right? So he must have went to jail, Barack. Is that what it says?
If I keep reading, it says Shank was charged with manslaughter, a charge that led first to a hung jury and then an acquittal, which Shank noted for a Toronto police first killing 2 people.
1 second, Barack. You know manslaughter is a charge of not intending to unalive someone, right?
Kawakan.
9 shots does not sound like manslaughter.
Right, Salakia, if I may. Just like you said, when you are charged with manslaughter, it was unintended. You understand? You didn't want it to happen. It was an accident. You understand?
So,
but Salakia, I don't want.
No, I was just gonna say. So what you're saying is that sounds like 2 oppressors are fighting. Rick knocks out Mike. Mike hits his head on the concrete, and he's unalived. Is that what you're saying, Brock?
Correct. That's an accident.
An accident.
But as to what we're reading, he accidentally shot the brother 9 times. Not once, not twice or 3 times, but 9 times. He accidentally pulled a bullet in that brother's body.
Good.
Salakia, those bullets were magical bullets. they weren't meant to hit that brother. Salakia, man, god damn, man, is this in the news, Akim?
If this is in the news, we got it from CP24, which is the main Toronto 24-hour news station, right?
Damn.
So he shot that brother. Wow. He unalived that brother. He sent a volley of 9 to that brother to unalive him. Isn't it so convenient? Accidentally, I forgot, Barack. 9 accidental magically, right? I forgot. Isn't it convenient the charge is manslaughter? He's the professional, the head of professional standards, and his ethics and his work has been exemplary over the decade, his long career.
Salakia, one. Not only was he charged with manslaughter, but then it led first to a hung jury and then an acquittal, meaning he was acquitted. You understand? He was not, you understand, found guilty of the unaliving.
Right.
But
right, that good night. Barack, you got it.
I was saying, if I keep reading, right, it says Jack Ritchie of the Metropolitan Police Association said at the time, he's had this happen to him twice. He knows what it's like. He's been through it. He must be living a nightmare. So basically, he's the victim.
Wait, Barack. So the brother Salaki, I'm trying to say it TikTok friendly because I just want to go YouTube raw, right? Banned from TV, YouTube raw, but I'm trying to be TikTok friendly. He was unalived. They sent a volley of 9 projectiles out of a firearm at this brother because he didn't have a gun and because he didn't intend to flee, right? And they said this has happened to him before. He's living a nightmare. I'm just saying. I'm guessing that according to the police, the mother and father, the auntie, the cousins, who knows if this brother had children? Who knows if he had a rib or 2 ribs or 3 ribs? Who knows? He's a brother, right? they're saying it's not a nightmare for them.
Right.
It's a nightmare for this police officer.
Like,
That is that again. That shows you that in Canada, your well-being, your safety, your mental health, if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native American, is not a concern to the people in power.
Salakia, the one, if I may.
God.
It reminds me of that Buffalo shooter, right, who was sentenced to life. Because you understand, a lot of people are gonna say, or other like, you know, mass shooters just like him, they're gonna say, you know, they're gonna always make sure that they are the victims. You know, he was bullied in school, he was, you know, it was a mistake, you understand? He shouldn't be in prison for such a long time. Whatever stupidness they're gonna come up with, you understand? Our oppressor or unaliver always ends up being the victim. You understand? We're the one at the end, you know, we're the one receiving projectiles in our bodies, losing our life. Instead, we're the one being buried in the cemeteries. You understand? We're the one being lynched. We're the one being set on fire. You understand? We're the one being sexually and physically and mentally abused throughout the years for more than a millennium. But then somehow the one committing those atrocities to us and always end up being the victims.
Right.
So like if I may, and what you say about Barakela, just go back to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 50. A nation of a fish continent, they don't have no sympathy for the victim. You understand? They're gonna take about that cup that you understand that put 9 bullets, you understand, in this body, in this black man body, and say, well, the cop is the victim. You understand? The cop had trauma. What happens to us dying? I said, just like you said, what happened to the family that just lost a family member? That's not traumatic enough. How much trauma do you want us to go through, man?
Right.
You understand? That's not traumatic enough to lose a member of your family. Meanwhile, that brother was just sitting in his car. How can that be an accident? How can that be, you understand, something, you understand, that you didn't intend? You shot him 9 times. You understand?
Right.
You shot him 9 times.
That's definitely horrible.
How can that be that not be something that you understand that you plan to do? You didn't just, you understand, stay there where I didn't play my finger trigger is just itching, Officer Zabaja. It's just, you understand, I didn't have no control of my finger trigger.
Right.
It's just, you understand, it just let loose. And meanwhile, you a trained police officer. Well, you understand? And all this is showing exactly what's going on out there. All this is showing, you understand, who we are. All this is showing, you understand, why not, you understand, instead of living a crime life, instead of being, you understand, just Negroes out there, you understand, the N-words out there, why not be priest and prophet of the Most High with some dignity, with some, you understand, flavor? Just like you see Officer Zabaja, just like you see Officer Barakala. Why not be that? You understand? And just show out, you understand, in front of them and be like, you know what? I'm better than you. Now, if you unalive me, they will know that I was a man, a righteous man, a man of integrity, a man of knowledge. And you don't right, you understand? Why not be that? If we be that, they're not gonna come in the neighborhood. We don't have to sell drugs. We don't have to, you understand, to sell narcotics. You understand? We don't have, you understand, to be in the gang, street gang. You understand, the blue, you understand? I heard the street gangs over here, the Prophet Boys or whatnot, you understand? We don't have to be that. Why not be, you understand, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native, and the 12 tribe of Israel, Yasharala, you understand? The princes of the Most High. Why not be princes? You understand? Wearing nice garment, you understand? Nice pieces and everything, and just go out there, you understand, and show that we are people, you understand? A wonderful people. We don't do drugs. We don't do, you understand? We're not involved in prostitution and all these type of things. Why not show that? Then when they unalive us, then we could come to the court, you understand? Full, you understand? 1,000 men in the court and be like, nah, we're not gonna take this no more. What about we do that?
Cut off a con. Hey, no sweat, other one. Officer Zabaja stepped out for a minute. He's gonna be back in a few. You understand? But yeah, let's end it on this topic. Let's go on the next topic. You understand? I don't know what you want to touch on because we have Sierra. You understand? Promoting being an independent woman. Salakia, I'm gonna give it back to Officer Zabadia. You understand?
Nah, you're Tawab. You're Tawab. You got the right direction. We're gonna go with Sierra.
All right. So let me pull out the article about Sierra, right? So apparently, a married woman with children it's telling other sisters out there, to be independent and single and get their own money, get their own bag for themselves. You understand? I want to know how. Let me ask a question for Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok because they're streaming on all these three platforms, right? So how does that make
Oh,
sense to you?
Salakia, Barak.
Okay.
Barak, Salakia. I had a question to ask, right? I just remembered about this. I have a question that I'm going to ask TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, right? If you've been watching the I.S.U.P.K platform, use any I.S.U.P.K platform, you'll see many priests and prophets asking this question, right? So the Sovereign Poverty Law Center labels the I.S.U.P.K a hate group because we say that the Jews are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and they're not the people in Israel right now claiming to be Jews, right? So they label us a hate group. The police are killing unarmed black people, right? So the question is, should the police be labeled a hate group for the things that they do? Basically, they're killing unarmed black people. Should the police be labeled a hate group? The I.S.U.P.K is labeled a hate group because of the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Yeah,
Should the police be labeled a hate group because they are unaliving unarmed black people, or because what they do to black people? That is a question. You can respond to this question in the comments.
Right.
All right. All right, Brock, you can go back to Sierra. That was just the question I wanted to ask everybody.
Okay, no, the other one. Real quick, my question was like for TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, how do you think about, a woman promoting being a single, independent, black woman? Because that, her music is mostly like pushed towards like so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native. You understand?
Right.
So,
Well, I definitely hear you, Barack, and let's find out if they're gonna answer. Right. So now we got to get into this article. I'm gonna post a picture in a second, and Barack is going to read the article.
I got it whenever you're ready, Otto.
Khan, you can read it.
So Sierra married with children. So like there's an echo on TikTok.
It might be whoever has it in the background. Okay, essentially, you don't even have to have your laptop up because if you have your headphones in on TikTok, the TikTok stream is faster than the StreamYard.
Yeah, come.
So you could just turn down the laptop. You don't even have to have that volume up at all. So there'll be no echo. Because I have my headphones in, but I just turn it down regardless.
Yeah. So like that was my bad. That was my fault.
Nah, you're too up.
So if I read the article, right, Sierra married with children faces backlash after teasing new song for girls that don't need no man. Good night. Even the title is controversial in the first place because you're married with children and you're promoting girls who don't need no man.
Yeah, they song girls.
Good night.
It's for the girls. Good night.
Salakia. Oh, go ahead. Priest.
Go ahead, Ottawa.
No. Go ahead with the article because I don't want to say that I mean something that's already in the article.
Khan. Some Sierra fans aren't too happy about a new single the singer has just released, suggesting that the lyrics are hypocritical of the lifestyle she lives. In a recent post on Instagram, the Goody singer and dancer teased her new song entitled For the Girls, where she is seen in a studio singing, "This is for the girls getting their money." Salakia, this is for the girls getting money. This is for the girls that don't need no man. This is for the girls who's in love with theyself. This is for all the girls who done it by theyself. Salakia. This reminds me of Beyonce's Single Ladies tune, She was singing about I'm a single lady while being married to Jay-Z. Now, how does that even make sense?
All right. So Barack, what we're understanding is this is a sister that's married. She got a whole billionaire, right? She
Right.
got the okay. Ah man, I don't even know where to start. Listen,
Right, it's
y'all
not
remember what
that-
was going on when Russell started courting Sierra and when he actually married Sierra and what he said? Do y'all remember like the whole saga?
So, like, there's too much thing I remember about Sierra that I wish I didn't know first in the first place.
All right, listen, I'm gonna break it down for you, right? Sierra, Future were like Future was ribbing Sierra. He put a bun in the oven, right? He shot the club up, right? They had little Future. They separated. They gave two different sides for the separation. Future said she wanted to have the Kim Kardashian TMZ wedding. I didn't want that. Sierra said the nigga had extra ribs on the side, right? So that's why they ended the marriage. Then we say the marriage because if you're sleeping with a sister or a sister sleeping with a brother, you gotta keep each other. Salakia. You're married. You're doing what married couples do on the marriage day. Like on the wedding, you go and consummate the marriage. How you consummate your marriages but acting like you're not married? Salakia. Right?
Right.
So, 1 second, just saying, is it better to take refuge? I'm not even reading. I'm Salakia. Forget about it. Right? So Future and Sierra split. Sierra got Russell Wilson. They started courting. They're dating. It was public. It was mad public. Russell Wilson said, I am not tying fire or tearing fire to Sierra until we get married because I am a Christian and I want a Christian woman. Right? The whole earth said, that's what we want. None of the sisters are doing that. The sisters are sleeping with people they meet outside of the club. Right. Listen, I'm gonna take 2 seconds to say this. It's a big deal. Get yourself 1,000 followers and go live on TikTok, Salakia.
So like if I may, if I may, you understand? Like according to what the person is saying, you understand on TikTok, Hashem is supposedly Yahweh, right? You understand? We don't like
it sounds like the purple people eaters. I just didn't even want to respond to it.
So lucky.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Khan, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Khan, I can hear you.
Hashem is exactly, you understand, according to these people, you understand, it's Yahweh. You understand? We don't call him Hashem. We call him Yahweh. You understand? The real name of God. And you understand, we don't worship Christ. Christ, you understand, we give him his props, in other words, you understand? We give him his props because he's the son of God as much as we are son of God. But he did something that you're not going to do, and you claim to follow Hashem. What you're not going to do is do what Hashem, Salakia, you understand? Hashem said, which is, you understand, if you're a woman, follow your man. You're not going to do that. You understand? And if you're a man, you're not going to do that. You understand? You're not going to give a man props. We don't worship man. We don't worship Christ. But we give Christ his props because he's the King of Kings. He's the leader of this nation, man. You understand? He's the leader of Israel. He's the one that died for us. You understand? For us to come back together, man. You understand? That's not idol worship. You know what's idol worship? Calling God Hashem. Go ahead, Salakia.
Salakia, in fact, man, this is a nigga. You understand?
Akim, we don't even have to respond to him. Right. That's basically what I was gonna say. Like, I read the comment thinking they were speaking on what we were speaking on. It sounds like one of them purple people eaters, clout chaser. You're a clout chaser. Get you 1,000 followers and go live, Salakia. Right. But the people have been watching. They want to hear what we're talking about, so we're gonna bring it out, right? This is basically a story of Sierra. So Russell Wilson and Sierra, they got together. The whole earth, like all the sisters, said they want a Russell Wilson because he doesn't want to tie fire until he's married. And he wants to take care of another man's child. Now listen, shout out to the brothers who are doing it, right? because you got to be strong to take care of another man's child. But Russell Wilson, he was simping. He was taking naked pictures with another man's child, and
Good
Sierra
night.
was co-signing
Wow.
it. Good night. Right now, Salaki, where were we going with this? Sierra, she's had her millionaire, damn near billionaire husband who took her in when she was a baby mom's off the street, right? She didn't want to be Future's rib anymore. She wanted to be Future's baby mother. So that's what she became. And Russell decided to take her in off the streets, right? If you look now, she's back in the streets because she's telling these women it's okay to be single and get that bag on your own. Like that's what's happened, right? There's actually a clip of Russell saying he liked Sierra because she acted independent. Now that's a whole nother thing to break down on that kind of brother, right? Lord be with you.
So like if I may also, like there's a clip also of Sierra saying, well, you know what? I wouldn't be nothing without that man. Right. There's a clip, there's an interview she did where she, you understand, saying, well, I wouldn't be nothing without that man. That man is my life. Meanwhile, she's teaching, just like Officer Barkella say, you understand? All my single ladies, all my single ladies. Meanwhile, that man, that damn broad is married to Jay-Z. You understand? Right. You understand? And being in a good relationship with that brother. You understand? That brother had, you understand? There was a story about that brother has, you understand? You understand? Fornicated with Rihanna. She still stuck with him. She didn't leave him. You understand? There's you understand? Words where Jay-Z, you understand, had sex with other women. She took it and she didn't divorce him. But she'll tell you exactly, you understand? You understand? To divorce that man, or not even to be affiliated with that man. Why? I'm gonna tell you why. You understand? If I may, I can. This music industry, right, is run by Jewish people. Kanye West said it, right? Yiddish, you understand? Jewish, Yiddish, same thing. You understand? Kanye West said it. It was banned for it. You understand? Meanwhile, these people purposes. Oh, come, still like it. You understand? I'm not too used with TikTok. You understand? Still like it. You understand?
You trying to go back from YouTube?
You understand?
It's all good.
But you understand? Come, what's I in Christ? But you understand, those people, you understand, promote a lifestyle to us that is destructive to us. Right. That's what they do. This is why, you understand, you get in the music industry by them, under them. There's certain things, you understand, that uplift black people, you understand, that you're not gonna hear. Like the music that you used to listen back in the day, that some of them used to, you understand, some song used to uplift black people. You don't hear those type of music nowadays. Why? Right. Because all the promotion that, you understand, that they have is to destroy the black community. Is to destroy, just like Officer Zabaj read about, you understand, Psalm 83. This plays exactly in the role of Psalm 83. Why? Because the music that we listen to them is about our destruction. What will destroy us? Meanwhile, if we speak, you understand, if just like you listened earlier, you understand, Officer Zabaj and Officer Barkella made a song, you understand? All my niggas chosen, all my Negroes chosen, all my ninjas are chosen. You understand? Right. So you hear this song, this song will not be playing, you understand, in those industries, in those, you understand, and you have a contract with them, you not be able to play. Let me unalive my brother.
Right.
Let me just treat that woman like garbage. I've, you know, fornicate with her and leave her. Yet, me myself, if I play those music, if I make those music, my life will be straight. My kids will go, you understand, to now college and universities. Yet your children, you understand, will go to jail. That's what's going on out there. This is why she made that song, you understand, yet living a double life. Because the music industry, you understand, is not gonna allow her, you understand, to promote black family, to promote black wealth, to promote, you understand, like black, you understand. Go ahead.
I had to step in for a quick second, Adiar. Salakia. I know sometimes I'd be cutting brothers off and I'd be stepping in. But Adiar, you're going into the question that I got for everybody, because I got questions It's the rise. The rise of questions in Canada. We're questioning everything. We're asking questions. You say I'm black, I'm saying who am I? If you tell me you're Jamaican, I'm asking who are you? Right? Sierra said, Barack, can you read those lyrics one more time?
Good night.
I got a question. Salakia, Adiyar. If I could, Adiyar. If I could. Salakia.
No, of course you got it, priest.
Yeah.
Right. I appreciate the brotherhood, Adiyar. Right? Again, the I.S.U.P.K is home of brotherhood. Salakia. Hey, Shalom, Lord in Christ. Ayar Ban Yashakar.
Episode 15.
Yeah, brother.
Love, praise Yahweh.
Right. But Barack, can you read those questions? Those lyrics. We're talking about Sierra and her independent movement. And then I'm gonna share something for you if you're watching us on StreamYard. If you're watching us on StreamYard, I'm gonna share something for you. If you're watching on TikTok, tap that screen and share the stream. Tap the stream and share it. Tap the stream and share it. Hit the like button on Facebook and YouTube as well and share this video. Share this stream. Barack?
So basically, Sierra was saying in her song, right? This for the girls getting money. This is for the girls that don't need no man.
One second, Barack. They getting money and they don't need a man. That's what she said. She getting money and she got a man. So lucky, Barack. Barack, can I get some more lyrics?
Right. This is for the girls who's in love with they self. This is for all the girls who done did it by they self. Hey, wait a minute.
She didn't get that baby by herself, Barack. That's not.
Right.
I don't know what they teach in the Christian church, but a man put that baby in her 3 times, Barack. Salakia.
Salakia, if I may, before Barack goes, right? And the woman accomplishment also is, you understand, the baby that she has is one of the biggest accomplishment that a woman could have. You understand?
Yeah, right.
So what you mean? So what do you mean by, you understand, like, you understand, you made it by yourself, you accomplished something without a man. Meanwhile, that baby that you carry comes from a man. You needed that man, you understand, to have that baby. That's your biggest accomplishment that you could ever have in this life, black woman. Don't follow this, you understand, feminist. But your baby that you carry from that man is one of your biggest accomplishment. So like it.
Listen. Ayar say we all fun yum here. That's right.
Ayar is not Yashakar, it's Ayar ban yum Salakia.
Well, I think Barack Al is Yashakar, really, but I don't know. Yeah. It's up in the air.
Good.
Right.
I might be benching by 2.
Right. Listen, we'll figure it out. Good. Barack, was that it for the lyrics?
For the lyrics, it says, that was it. Then she says, she then spells out the word independent before the chorus begins to play. This is for my girl. This is for my girls. A. The singer then sings in the video while the record plays. This is so good. And some fans appear to be like the song by signifying their nod of approval. Yet, it's saying, one fan said, us women not playing in 2023, go off, sis. We finally learning to put us first and walking away from anything that's not aligning with our purpose or giving us the desires of our heart. And I love that for us. Let's go, one fan commented. Another one said,
Barack. Oh, you got another one. Okay, Barack, you got it.
Another one said, yeah, she's clear. It's the correct. She says, Chale. That Atlanta flow never leaves you, and I'm proud. Hey, another wrote.
Oh, Barack, that was not the consensus of every woman. And that's why we're even talking about this. Because sisters are waking up to the bullshit, right? Come on, hold your peace for a second, Barack. Sisters be waking up to the bullshit, right? So my question is, because Sierra is a woman of color, right? A black woman, however you, a Negro. She makes music for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? People of color, right? Is the song that she's making, is this an attack on the black community, on the black household and family structure? Because she's talking about the total opposite of what she's living, right? What
Ah.
she's talking about is the total opposite of her lifestyle. So is it an attack on the black community? That's my first question, right? Now, if everyone looks at the screen on YouTube, the reaction from women in the world is not what you think it is. They are not feeling this. They are disappointed and angry with Sierra. Listen, someone said Russell Wilson's reaction. I'm going to read some of these tweets and some of these memes for the TikTok world, right? Russell Wilson's reaction to Sierra's new song, For the Girls. They have a crying Russell Wilson face. You know when he lost the Super Bowl and he was crying? They have a crying Russell Wilson face. You don't need me? Question mark. Sierra's smiling. I'm trying to sell some records. Listen. Now here's the second question. Remember, the first question, is this an attack on the black community because Sierra's making music contradictory to her lifestyle and her core audience is black and Hispanic women? The second question is, does Sierra believe the lyrics that she's saying? Like, does she even believe that women have to be independent and get their own money? That is the question, right? We got to get to some more of these memes in a second. Akim, what's y'all take on it?
It's a Lockyaw one. What I wanted to say is that, you know, as soon as I stop reading, well, the next paragraph, it goes into what other sisters have to say about her song, who are not agreeing with Sierra at all. They're saying, you know, that's La Atwa, basically. You understand? If I could just start with this one, right? It says, but others had choice words for the 37-year-old mother of three. One said, this is embarrassing to watch a married woman sing a song like this. You do not care about the black women in your community, one fan wrote.
Right.
You could easily make love songs since you are in love with your husband, but you are purposefully choosing to make a doing that will encourage the women in our community to stay single because you know that's what sells and makes money. Please make it make sense. Bring back love songs and stop trying to rob your community.
Well, Barack, what exactly what Officer Adiyar said earlier? The little hats run the music industry. Kanye got banned for saying there's like certain people that run certain industries that target black people, right? Hispanics and Native Americans. What Sierra is doing, she's promoting what her managers and the people who she's signed to want to say. She's not promoting her own view, right? When you listen to Caucasian music, European music, it's never about their women being single, right? You got let's see, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is making you, even though Taylor Swift is going out of bad relationships, right? Or what she deems as a bad relationship, she'll make a song about the breakup and how she's trying to find new love.
I would
She's
not
never making Salaki. Listen, as a musician, you listen to a lot of things. I work in the construction site, man. The music radio is Salaki. I don't ask me. I don't know. I'm a music head.
I feel you.
Right. So when you listen to the other culture and the music they make, they don't make music about separating from their men. They don't make music about breaking up families. They don't even make music about trapping. Well, now you got youth around the world trying to make rap music because they realize that black people would just let anybody in their own event, in their own culture, so they can take it over. So everyone's trying to make rap music, right?
You understand? And just
God,
go ahead, please. Go ahead.
No, you got it.
You understand? And just like I was saying earlier, you understand? And also Barakala, you understand? You put the meme, you understand, earlier, you understand? She's just trying to sell some records. You understand? Just like you understand the brothers now, I mean, that making like let's take Young Jeezy for example. Young Jeezy talks about drug, you understand, going, you understand, narcotic, you understand, going to jail and everything. Meanwhile, his children are going, you understand, to universities.
Right.
Understand? So they're just trying to sell records because this is a means for our people. You understand? Like our people got sometimes, like you're saying, these places type of environment, they have to sell out. They have to sell out their own. You understand? Try to make it. You understand? And this is the sad thing because I remember I was watching. You understand? Like Indian. You understand? East Indian music, and they had a music that was going viral. You understand? Those two girls that went viral. You understand? They didn't have, you understand, no context, but we didn't even know what they were saying. Now every TikTok, you understand, like we see a bunch of TikTok, you understand? So you understand, it has nothing. It had nothing.
They were singing about Ali.
Yeah, exactly. You understand?
They're like Ali.
I didn't even. We didn't even understand nothing. But for some people, that
the remix they made was jamming.
God, exactly. That's what I was about to say. That thing was bumping. You understand? Like, you understand? But for us, the thing that happens, we gotta speak about a destruction. You understand?
Right.
We gotta speak. You understand? We gotta speak about a destruction. About, you understand, thing that would destroy us. And this is where, you understand, the other nation were like, well, look at black people. Look at what they sing about. This is, even though, you understand, the majority of people that buy our records, the majority of people that go to our concerts are white people.
Right.
Why is that?
Right.
You understand? That's another question. Why is that? Why the majority of the people, you understand, that buy our records and go to our concert are white people? Because they want to, you understand? I'm going to give you the answer. Because they want to hear about your destruction. They love to hear about you killing one another. They love to hear, you understand, about, oh, look at them. Yeah, it sounds nice, you understand? The woman is destroying their own household. You understand? She's having, you understand, relations, you understand, with this man, that man, that man. Meanwhile, my wife will not do this. They love that. Right. That's what's going on out there, man. And meanwhile, us in this poverty, meanwhile, us in this oppression, we just trying to sell records. We just trying to, you understand, get by. Well, you know what? Commander General YAHANNA gonna take away, you understand, take over the music industry. Believe it.
Right.
You understand? We're gonna take over the I.S.U.P.K is gonna take over the music industry. I don't care if you're in Haiti making compa, we're gonna take over. I don't care if you're in South America making salsa, making merengue, we're gonna take over. Bachata, we're gonna take over. I don't care if you're, you understand, in Europe, United Kingdom, making, you understand, the drill, we're gonna take over. You understand? And us in Canada, us in you understand, United States, we're gonna take over that music industry. You're about to hear some real things. Matter of fact, we got two brothers, you understand, over here. Also Zabaja, also Barakala, you understand, making amazing music in Canada. You understand? We're about to take over the music industry, and you're gonna hear what need to be said. You understand? What is necessary to be said. Because, you understand, these other people, they're just trying to sell records, Akim. They're just trying to be relevant. And, you understand, the Jewish man, or the, you understand, the Khazarians, you understand, for, I don't think TikTok know Khazarians as much. The Khazarian, you understand, they want to make it, you understand, seem like, you understand, God, we can't talk about certain things, but we will. We're gonna take over these things, you know. We're gonna take over everything. Right. I said, let Ciara do her thing and whatnot, you understand? Because she's on contract. You understand? She's on contract. If she doesn't do these type of things, she will not be paid. And if she go outside of that, she'll become like Kanye with it. They'll take, you understand, take all this money away from her. They'll take her man's money away from her, and so on and so on. She'll be like Kanye West. You understand? But you got men that don't fear. That's gonna take over the music industry. So like,
right, if I would just add too, right? Ciara is making this music so she can get back in the music industry because her music is subpar at best. The last time she had a buzz was when Future was writing her music. Right now, listen, I want to. Ayar Banyashikar, he said they think our struggles is amazing. Damn right, right? We got. Listen, I'm about to respond to some of these comments. I don't do it all the time. Lexi, tap the screen. Lexi, I see your question, right? But I got a question for you, Lexi. And I answer your question if you can answer my question, Lexi. Tap that screen first, Lexi, right? Do you think that the music Sierra is making about single ladies and single women not needing men, is it an attack on Black and Hispanic and Native American households and family structures, seeing how it's the music she's making is the opposite of how she's living? Sierra has a man. She needs a man. She said it herself. So do you think the music that she's making, the new song for the girls, is it an attack on the Black family? That's my question. Right. Slovakia, where are we? Barack, you got anything?
No, I'm just gonna read the article more, but I just want to say Sierra hasn't been that relevant ever since she was with Bow Wow.
Right. Right.
I mean,
I'm trying to even remember. The only thing I remember about her really is her last songs that she had that were actually like gave you that old Sierra vibe. Because remember, Sierra had a vibe where she was the girl that was in the party, right? She was making the dance music, right? It wasn't really like it wasn't really about sex. It wasn't about tying fire. It was more like dancing, having a good time, right? And then she fell off, and then she met Future, and her music kind of got back to that it's about a party kind of vibe.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It's mediocre at best right now.
Right, but that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, ever since like she was not with Bow Wow anymore, you know, nobody really heard about her until she got with Future. So it's like, you know, I guess she's trying to get back, you know, she's trying to get the status that she had before, but I mean, it's not going well for her. So like, you know. And
well, let's look at this meme, because the ladies are not feeling it, right? If you look on YouTube, on our YouTube right now, we're streaming live on YouTube. We posted the meme. I'm gonna read the meme for TikTok. It's some sister who, she on TikTok, right? And she's basically making a video towards the meme of Sierra, and it says, "Sing one thing but live another." Good night. And that's how they feel about it. Let's see if we can find another one.
If I keep reading the article, it says another fan wrote, "You married though, sis. Like, you're talking about being single, this and that, but you are married. So what are you talking about?" So it's just like Cardi B saying, you know, in her song with the male horse, right? It says, "I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got a ring." I mean, you got a ring, and there's plenty of videos of Offset filming you cooking and cleaning. So what are you talking about?
Right. That is definitely true. She said, "I don't cook, I don't clean." Offset took up the camera and said, "Who are you lying to?" Offset said, "I'm not going out like that."
He took the camera and said, "Yo, cap. You're capping, Babash. Cap."
Yeah, because it's Offset. He didn't want to be called off-simp. He wasn't being called off-simp in that moment. He said, "She capping, y'all." Listen, Offset, I'm about to say he a real nigga. He said, nah. He said, no good. Salakia.
He's not 100% simp.
Right. We got a next one, right? We are definitely over the 2 hours, so we're not going to be going into the Drake the Drake story. We did have a couple other stories, but we spent so much time on Killer Police in Toronto, right? So this one says, right? This is from. No, you're not getting no fame. Listen, we're not giving them no fame. Hey, Shalom, Sawab, Yahweh Shavir Shabra Kavam.
Hey, Shalom, Lord in Christ. Okay.
Hey, Shalom, priest.
This one says, right, again, if you joined in with us, tap the screen, like the video, share it, and make sure that it gets shared on all algorithms.
So
this meme says, Khan.
Just to come back on the Cardi B comment that I just made, because Sawab is Shemai one, right? He said she's just getting paid to push an agenda because Dominican women have always cooked and cleaned, especially our women raised in DR. So Cardi B definitely camping.
So somebody,
right, and that's Salaki RDR?
So like, is there a way we could just like when we do these live, we could just understand like tag those, you know what I'm saying? Let's say, you know what I'm saying, we do a live about, you know what I'm saying, these celebrities. Is there a way we could just tag them, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We never know if they're gonna come in and everything.
We'll figure it out.
We could
Come
look
on.
into that. I highly doubt these celebrities are coming in. They ain't built like that. Only the UPK is built like that. Right. So this is what I say, right? Sierra, please stop this now. We're tired of being independent. We want it like yours. Please stop promoting this. I'm reading it in a high-pitched voice because I'm trying to show you the urgency of what these sisters are saying, right? She said, we want a life like yours. That's telling. Sisters don't want to be out in the streets cold. They seen what the Ukrainian women just went through.
Right.
They don't want that. These sisters are waking up. They've been running.
No, go ahead. Finish. You could finish up, please.
I was just gonna say, a wise man told me that these sisters have been running around with their heads cut off for so long. They've been sold everything, and now some of them are waking up. They're waking up to most likely. Listen, I'm just gonna put it out there. The only reason these sisters are waking up is because they're hearing what Commanding General YAHANNA has been saying and what the men of the Lord have been teaching. Right? They're seeing women in the streets walking around and not acting like, I'm gonna just say slurs, right? Like 304s, right? They're not acting like Amber Rose, right? And they're wondering, these sisters seem happy, right? So they see the sisters in the UPK. That's what I'm trying to say. And they want the good life. And this sister said, we want a life like yours. Please stop promoting this type of music when you are going straight home to get loved on.
And what I wanted to add, priest, you understand? What I wanted to add is like most of the sisters, you understand, or the women that are there, you understand, like dealing with prostitution, you understand, dealing with, you understand, like all type, you understand, of violence, you understand, sexual behaviors, you understand. They don't want that lifestyle. They want to come back to a man, you understand. They want to come back to a man that loved them and they could love. You understand? Like, I know you think, you understand, these women that are selling their bodies and everything, giving out their bodies, that's who they are and that's what they want. They don't want that. They want what Sierra has. They want what, you understand, Rihanna has. They want what, you understand, like Jay-Z, you understand, like Jay-Z woman had, which is having a man and coming back to that man and be like, you know what, baby, I love you. Baby, I care about you. That's what they really want. You understand? It's just that because of the nature, the environment that they're living in, you understand, what they've been going through. Of course, you understand, there's certain things, there's certain choices they won't be able to make. You understand? They won't be able to make, you understand, because, y'all could hear me?
Yeah, you're talking.
Okay, come. There's certain decisions that they won't be able to make because why? They don't have no head, you understand? They don't have no leadership. But these women don't want to be, you understand, living that life. No woman want to be like, you know what? I just want to be a HOE. No woman want to say that. You understand? She want to be something, you understand? Like, I love that man and he loves me. I know, you understand, where I'm going back, you understand, at the end of the day, I'm safe. But because of the trauma, because of this environment, because of this empire, of course they'll be doing some evil things and everything. But these women want what Sierra has. And that's what they're realizing. They're realizing the hypocrisy of Sierra because what? Sierra is living a good life. You understand? Having a man. She made an interview. I can go look up the interview where she said, I wouldn't be, I'm grateful for that man. I wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? I don't even see where I would be without that man. That's what Sierra said in the interview recently, you understand? Now, they're seeing that. They're realizing, you understand, well, you know what? Meanwhile, you're telling us, you understand, to leave the man that I'm with. That man that I'm with, treat him like garbage. Yet you are the man, you treat him like everything. You treat him like he's God. Yet my man, you tell me, you understand? Just leave that man and have fun. I fornicate with everybody. That's what you're telling me. They're realizing this, man. You understand?
Right.
And you artists, you have a job to do as an artist. Is change the mentality of our people.
Salaki out of
Change
one
the
now.
life of our people. Go ahead.
Hey, we have Officer Yatazar in the chat. Hey, Shalom out
You
of one
understand?
Chris on
Hey,
TikTok.
shalom, Adawan, y'all, watch your some
Shalom, y'all, but
understand?
Yishup.
You
Saka.
understand? We these boys, now I mean, not bully la you, no. You understand? So, they have a job to do. You understand? It's to promote exactly. You understand the wellness of our people, but they're not doing that. Why? Because again, you understand? Like whatever you understand, it's not Sierra fault. You understand? It's not Beyonce fault. It's not Nicki Minaj. You understand? Nicki Minaj is not our people, but it's not these women's fault. Why? It is the oppressor's fault, and this is why the
Right.
oppressor
Right.
say the oppressor is the damn devil. The Bible speak of. You understand? Because they are the ones. You understand? Telling our sisters, telling our brothers. Well, speak about that. Don't speak about. You understand? Kanye West said it. You understand? Said it in one of his interview. They don't allow us them to. You understand? Even mention Jesus. Yet they're gonna allow them, you understand, to mention, well, you know, kill another black man, sell drug to another black man, live that black man, you understand? You
Right.
self-made. You self-made, you understand? So you don't need a man. You are a feminist today. Yet they go back to their man, they go back to their house and enjoy a family life. You understand? Well, it's about to end because we're taking over, man.
Salaki out of one, if I may.
Go ahead.
You know, that's great that you say, you know, it's our oppressor's fault, it's not the woman's fault, because even Cardi B admitted that she doesn't like, you understand, what she's portraying in her music, the image that she's portraying in her music, you understand, that so-called female gang member, that's that stripper lifestyle whatsoever, she don't condone that. She's not happy portraying that image, you understand, but she knows that she has to do it to get paid, and otherwise she doesn't get paid, you understand. She knows that's what
Right.
sells. You understand? She knows
Right.
sex sells, you understand. She knows like the image that she's portraying is that's how she's making her money, but that's not who she really wants to be, you understand. Even at some point she said that her music was playing and she's not letting her own daughter, or she would never let her
Right,
own daughter
right.
listen to her music because she knows that it's degrading to women, and she doesn't want her daughter to grow up like a, yeah, I don't even know how to say it in English. I was gonna say femme de joie,
Well,
like
Bar-
You understand? A pleasure worker.
a pleasure worker. And instead,
right.
Yeah, I just
this
made
is funny
something for
like this,
TikTok right now.
right? We have to be careful because we're talking on TikTok, right? But she doesn't want her daughters, you know, to grow up and slide down a pole, you know. And I'm not talking about, you know, being no firewoman. You understand?
Right. Now, Barack, what you're saying is definitely heavy, right? Because that goes to the questions that we were asking earlier. Seeing how Sierra, we got to ask the question again. If you came in, tap the screen, share the video. All comments are welcomed, right? Okay, Salakia, the question was, Sierra is married. She has a family. She's making music that is contradicting her lifestyle, right? Her music is marketed to blacks and Hispanics. Is it an attack on black and Hispanic family structure and black and Hispanic families? Her music that she's making right now. That was the question, right? You can clearly see that the sisters aren't feeling it. I'm gonna read one more tweet, right? If you're on YouTube, you can see the tweet. I'm gonna read it for TikTok. This sister says, "No, that Sierra song is kind of crazy, and she has built a family brand to still be making great value single ladies," right? You're finding out they don't want to hear this song.
Right.
They absolutely don't like that she's making this music because they want her life. They're saying she got the good life, right? That's what they're always talking about. A man that's gonna pay all the bills. Really, they don't want a husband. They want a daddy, right?
Yeah.
That's what the modern women want. They want a father. They don't want a husband. They want someone who's going to take care of them and just let them do whatever they want, like most weak modern fathers do.
Yeah.
Right?
Salakia priest, they want to
Khan.
priest, if I may, they want a sugar daddy. Understand?
Right.
Because
Right.
they want somebody, you know what I'm saying, even though you know what I'm saying that man is gonna give them everything, they want somebody that they're gonna give that, you know what I'm saying, that box to as well.
Right.
And they're gonna give it to that man that's gonna give them, you understand, opportunities or open the doors, or let's say like she needs like $500. Well, he gave me $500. I'm gonna give him my box. All this is about to change.
Salakia, they just give the box to the sugar daddy as an exchange. They don't really want to. They want to give it to the.
Wait.
They say the dusty brother. Salakia, 1 second. They say the dusty brother in the neighborhood. That's who they really want to give the box to, because he's breaking beds, while the sugar daddy, he's just coming with the money, and they gotta exchange, right? It's a value exchange. Salakia.
Salakia, the one. The way you said that is like, you know, just like Officer Hayar said, you know, they're really women of pleasure, because if you're giving your box in exchange for money that the sugar daddy is providing, you understand? I mean, good night. I mean, I don't even know how to say it, not to get canceled on TikTok. I'm just saying, you know, you're a woman of pleasure. You're in Creole, we say boozing. You understand? I'm gonna just put it like that. You understand? Because it's like, you're a street worker at that point.
Right.
You understand? And one more thing, I'll say shalom to Shalom Loading Christ to Trooper Takan. He's on TikTok. JR Craze.
Right. Now here's the next thing. What y'all were bringing out earlier was heavy, because a lot of these sisters want to be making this music. Unfortunately, Chappelle made a joke, right? And I forgot what neighborhood he was talking about. I think it was Chicago or Philly, right? And he said he goes to Chicago and Philly and tells them the truth, right? And this is a joke, but there was damn near some truth to what he was saying. He said, I go and tell them the truth. I go and tell them. I'm not going to say the joke like how he said it, but Chappelle basically said, I go and tell them that you need to play basketball, sing, or rap to make it out of this condition that you're in. Right? And to a brother and sister in the world, that is the truth to them, because that's all they see. That's all they know. To a brother and sister in here, we know to get out of this condition that we're in, we have to serve our God, serve our Lord, right? Now, I get we've been talking and cracking jokes in this podcast, but at the end of the day, for Black people, Hispanics, and Native Americans to get out of this condition, we gotta serve our Lord, right? Sierra don't want to be making this music; she wants to be selling records, right? But she knows that because of what's marketed and who we are, right? They market a certain thing to us. And it's a shame that brothers and sisters feel they have to make a certain type of music or live a certain type of lifestyle to get out of the condition that we're in. When all you got to do is just go downtown in your city and look for the ISUPK. There's somewhere there on the corner on Saturdays. Or go on YouTube and type ISUPK and the name of your city and find the school in your city, and you'll find out how to get out of oppression. And you don't have to make music like Sierra, right? We're definitely over the time. Listen, we were going in. We had a solid crew that was rocking out with us the whole time on TikTok. Get a TikTok viewers a hand, because they've been rocking out with us. Give our viewers on YouTube and Facebook a hand, because they've been rocking with us. We're going to be doing this again next Sunday around the 5 o'clock hour. We also teach class on Saturday nights, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Next Sunday, we have the Feast of Purim. So we may not go live unless we go live earlier than 5 o'clock, like, 2 p.m. whatsoever. As a matter of fact, next Sunday, we would not be even available. We have the Feast of Purim, and me and Officer Adiyar, we're going to the Native Museum.
Okay, let's see. Well, we will be live on Sundays, usually outside of the Feast of Purim. We got the Feast of Purim going down. It's in Toronto. DM ISUPK. I ISUPK Canada for information for the Feast of Purim in your city, in Toronto and in Montreal. If you want to get the information for where you can go to attend, right? After that, we got after Purim, we got Passover. Passover is going to be April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina, 500 South Salisbury Street at the Downtown Convention Center, Raleigh, North Carolina. Check out all ISUPK social media and the websites that we got, and the YouTubes, and it's everywhere where we share information, so you can get information on the events that we'll be throwing. Right. Again, we want to give a shout out to everybody who's been watching. Tap the screen some more for us. Like this video some more. Videos some more. Khan.
One more thing, real quick. You understand? Tomorrow, you understand? As every Monday night, you understand? 8:30 p.m., 9:30 p.m. Pacific time, we have La Pura Neta. It's then hosted by Officer 500 Malakma, myself, Officer 500 Barakiala, and Officer 50 IR on the YouTube channel UPK La Pura Neta. We're gonna be on Facebook and TikTok as well. You understand? So tune in every Monday, 8:30 p.m., 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. You understand? That's about 11:30 or 12 a.m. You understand? Eastern time. Tune into La Pura Neta every single Monday. The voice of la raza, la voz de la raza. Orale.
All right. If I may, for those that speak French as well, you understand, on va avoir exactement notre mini-série qu'on va recontinuer avec le Nouveau Testament est pour les Israélites seulement. The New Testament, you understand, is for the Israelite only. You understand? We have a little series that we do every Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. We'll go back at it, you understand, this Monday and tomorrow from 5 to 6 p.m. All right. Sometime it might be from 5 to 7, 5 to 6. You understand? We'll see, you understand, according to what the topic is. So we'll be, you understand, at it, you understand, tomorrow as well on I.S.U.P.K Quebec on YouTube, I.S.U.P.K Quebec on Facebook, and I.S.U.P.K Quebec on TikTok. All right.
Hey, to all everybody coming out one more time. This is the I.S.U.P.K Canada, the Rise 1969. Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, Israel.
Hey, so like Christ. It's like it. Don't end the live on StreamYard. I'm